The Professional Disc Golf Association Pro World Championships have come to Pittsburgh, and a week's worth of disc golf competition is underway. Day one of the competition is on, and to see who's got game, stay tuned as Disc Golf Monthly starts now. Welcome to another edition of Disc Golf Monthly. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the Professional Disc Golf Association Professional Disc Golf World Championships. Hello everyone, I'm Carl Cubbage, joined by the legend in Delaware, Jimmy McIlvaine. Jimmy, we normally cover the local scene on Disc Golf Monthly, but our cameraman producer Kevin McGorry spent the week in Pittsburgh to capture the World Championships, an exciting event. We're going to see legends, Hall of Famers, world champions, and up-and-comers. It's just going to be a super event.
This is going to be awesome. We're going to be doing this for a few months, so sit back and I hope you enjoy the Worlds. First day here, we're going to do some random holes of the first day. We're going to be covering Nob Hill and Moraine. Later on, we'll be covering the other two courses, Deer Lakes and Slippery Rock.
Jimmy, on the courses that we're going to cover today, what's the flavor of those two courses that we'll see?
Wooded.
Wooded.
It's my type of golf, man. This is Nob Hill, Moraine, and even later Deer Lakes are you're going to see a lot of wooded shots. Slippery Rock is pretty much completely wide open with roped OB and some ponds and streams and stuff going through it, some buildings and everything else. But yeah, this is today we're going to see Nob Hill, Moraine, and they're probably the two most woody courses out there. Well,
Jimmy, besides the legends that we're going to see in the sport, we're going to see some of our local greats mixed in there playing with some of these top names as well.
Yeah, we got some, I know that Chris Vila's playing. We got Mike Moser. I'm not sure who else we've got going on today, but, like you said, there's, we got a little flavor for everybody. This is just almost sort of like an extended, previous round highlights type deal. It really is. It's we're not going to be covering any one group the whole time. We're just going to be covering some different shots, some different holes. And in one group, I think each hole or something.
Well, and there are going to be some quick shots there, so I apologize in advance if I don't say three-time world champion Matt or whatever, or Hall of Famer. You're going to see all the great names there, folks. I can guarantee it. Well, Jimmy, before we do that, we've got a set piece where we're going to talk to our tournament directors before we start some of this coverage. Let's check it out. And so, the 2015 PDGA Pro Worlds is on. This year's competition features participants from 10 countries and 46 states, with a total of 405 participants. We talked to PDGA Executive Director Brian Graham about what brought the Worlds to the city of Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh's got a great reputation for disc golf with seminal events like the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open, and J. Gary Dropcho being inducted in the Hall of Fame this year makes it really special. He's got a great reputation in the disc golf world. We knew coming here J. Gary would have his crew and all the courses in the best shape, and so far that's what we're seeing. It's one of the best Worlds ever in my opinion.
Co-tournament directors J. Gary Dropcho and Chas Ford put on quite a show on four of the best courses in the area at Nob Hill, Moraine State Park, Deer Lakes, and Slippery Rock. We talked with J. Gary Dropcho about what the effort was like to make this event happen.
There's a lot of work that goes into putting on an event like this, and a lot of people involved, and trying to bring a variety of personalities and interests together to work for a common goal. That's difficult, but all that's past now, and this has just been awesome. Just the best ever for me. It's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of event, and I think all the other staff and volunteers feel similar about it.
We asked Gary about what the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Society's goals and expectations are for this year's tournament, as well as what they are proud of.
Just looking around and seeing they're smiling, everybody's having a good time, enjoying themselves. That's what we wanted. We wanted people to enjoy themselves, to have a great disc golf vacation. We've really met our goals for doing this tournament. We talked about those in the player meeting. Raising money and awareness for ALS. having the biggest pro women's field in world's history.
This year's tournament is the realization of a dream for the Pittsburgh Flying Disc Society, as Brian Graham explains.
I know Jay Gary and his crew have been working on it for years. We first met in 2008 at the Amateur and Pro World Championships in Kalamazoo. Started talking about bringing the World Championship to Pittsburgh at that time. So it's been from 2008 to 2015 that he's been working on this event.
Jay Gary shares his story on what went into making this year's event happen.
We wanted to have the 4 best courses, and we had close to 80 volunteers that have been working, not just this week, but for the past 2 weeks and for the past 2 months, and the past 2 years, really the past 20 years, we've been working towards this day, this moment, and I can't really put that into words. To see it all happen just kind of gives me chills.
Well, Jimmy, it's great to hear from our tournament directors as we get ready to cover this great event.
Yeah, I know that I talked to Jay Gary. He's been really excited. He just got elected to the Hall of Fame this year. So they did that, as part of the Worlds. Chaz Ford's been working really hard. Both their wives have been putting in a super amount of time and allowing them to put in a super amount of time. They've got volunteers from all over. They've got donations from clubs throughout Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. So, yeah, this was a huge, huge, huge effort.
Well, Jimmy, you're a great tournament director. You know what it takes to put this together. So, the Worlds is a tournament director on steroids to get this to happen.
Yeah, this is nothing compared to what I do. I mean, this really is on another level. The amount of spotters, the amount of volunteers, the amount of, just the amount of tents. Just the things going on. I went this year and it was very well run. So, hats off to everybody. There was a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot, like I said, the wives were really, really patient with everybody. I know a lot of the wives there. And so, I know what my wife goes through. These guys went through 10 times that.
Well, once again, Pennsylvania shines here for the Worlds. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to start with the Professional Masters. Stay with us, folks.
Hi, I'm Brian Schwerberger, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.
Folks, here we are with the Professional Masters at the 2015 PDGA Pro Worlds. This is basket 1, Jimmy. It's a par 3, 319 feet.
Yeah, this goes slightly uphill, back down the hill, and then turns right.
Hall of Famer, legendary Ken Climo, the greatest disc golfer in the sport.
And he pures it. Shocking.
Well, we've got Tony Shirley here on the pad. Jason Lapierre.
I know this says 319, but this plays much farther than that, especially for right-hand.
Jason a little too far left, gets a bad kick, and then it starts rolling away in a bad spot. It's going to be tough. Mike Salt. For our viewers, the Masters division is over 40 years old, age division. One below us, Jimmy.
Wow, I can't believe he's going that way. He could go down that road pretty easily.
Boy, especially
being right-handed.
Got away with that one.
Yeah,
nice shot.
You're going to see when we get to the basket, the road's right there on the basket. There was almost no reason not to go down the road.
Mike pitches it right up.
Yeah, see, he's stuck.
Oh, Jason, tough break.
Surprisingly, the champ has a putt for birdie.
Gets it up. just a little short. Hits the face of the basket. I don't know, Jimmy, nerves?
Maybe. You're playing with the champ. I mean, like you said, the greatest disc golfer of our time, probably of all time. It can be a little nerve-wracking. Especially on, like I said earlier, the first day can be, you know, don't want to play yourself out of anything.
Well, we've got 3 pars and a tough double bogey from Jason, but here we are. We're starting the Worlds. All right, now we're on basket 5. This is a par 3, 498 feet.
This is a nasty, nasty dog leg.
You'll recognize one of our local heroes. You know him well, the Delaware deucer, Mike Moser.
He laid down a really nice roller.
Pete Caldwell.
Pete's actually won the PFL a few times in the Masters division.
Sends it up high. Eric Peterson. I like those long tee pads, Jimmy. They look new.
They are new. And Sherman Davis for some of the other locals in the area. Sherman's been playing for a long time. Yeah, Pittsburgh put in a lot of new tee pads. I don't think Moraine had concrete pads at all. Now they have 2 sets.
Caught an early tree on that one. Right to the right of the porta potty with the roller. Nice skip there.
Yeah, if you're these par 3s at Knob are tough par 3s. Like you're not looking at getting birdies on these. These are
trying to hold the par.
Yeah.
Whoa, good run there. Right in the heart. High cut shot. Got prodigy baskets here.
Yeah, each of the courses had new baskets put in by one of the sponsors.
See pars and 2 bogeys as that group moves on. Now we're on to basket 4, Jimmy. It's a par 3, 310 feet.
Once again, this is a really tough par 3. This is really, really uphill.
Scott Stokely, the owner of Fly High Discs, has made a storm on the scene as he's made his reemergence into disc golf. He's got the social media down. Richard Burnett. Finds his way through all of those trees.
Local Stu Straw.
That had a really distinctive sound.
For people who don't know, Scott used to be known as the farthest back and forehand thrower in the world.
World record holder.
In both forehand and backhand.
Now, for folks wondering why Scott's hair is blue, that's for awareness of autism. Does a lot of great charity work for that cause. Big jump putt. Slides it up. just off the top. Good finish. Yep, 2 bogeys and a par. Moving on to basket 11, a par 3, 416 feet. Put some zip on that one. Let's see what Shane's got here.
This hole is pretty much straight ahead. It's a little bit downhill once you cross that little mound there.
Shane turns it over. Flexes back. Jeff Bauman.
You almost have to flex it out a little bit more than that there, because there is trouble on the left-hand side. You have to, like, even though it's straight, it's like it's really pinned up on the left side.
Couple of trees there. Oh, the Yeti, Jay Redding. He does great work for disc golf, travels the country with his lovely wife, Des Redding. A world champion putter many times over. They do the educational disc golf experience. Yeti with the big jump putt. Great view at Drew. See if he can convert this one. Got metal.
Nice birdie.
One birdie and the pars for the rest of the group. Good luck, fellas. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to follow the Women's Open. Should be exciting.
Hi, I'm Mike Moser, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.
Welcome back, folks. We're at the 2015 PDGA Pro Worlds Day 1. We're hopping around. We covered some of the Pro Masters, and now we move on to the Pro Women. We're on basket 4. It's a par 4, 399 feet. And we start out with a legend in the sport, Valerie Jenkins.
She is the 3-time women's world champion.
Explosive off the tee. Some great penetration down the fairway. Maria Montano. Caught a tree and they kicked it back into the center. Melody Bailey. Up high, turning it over. And Kelsey Wimmerding.
Yeah, Kelsey's been to Delaware a few times. Her legacy teammate, Steve Rico.
A little too far to the right on that one.
I won't. That's a weird thing.
See if she can get out of this situation. Early branch.
Told you there were a lot of woods on these holes.
Lots of trees. We're used to that here on the East Coast, Jimmy. Nice shot there. Kelsey with a couple of tough breaks here at the start of the hole. Get something all the way down there. Right there, hits the pole. Melody with the end of a Nova in her hand.
Nice
Great putt there. Moraine with a nice one. Jimmy, I love watching the women play because their form is always pure, much purer than the men. Little turbo action there to finish. Okay, we've got 3 birdies and a bogey. Good luck, ladies. All right, off to basket 9, which is a par 3, 381 feet. Jessica Weiss takes the tee. Well, she let that one rip. Margaret Sassaman, one of our local friends from Pennsylvania.
This basket sits down on the right, and it's a pretty nasty drop-off.
Holly Finley, not only a great disc golfer, but she's an international model.
Holly has really improved the last couple of years.
Becky Sondheim, fellow United Chains team member. Go, Becky.
Jersey girl.
Becky down the right side. Another tree, tough break there. Good delivery. Becky gets out of the tree line. Jump putt, puts it right there. Holly for the par. Nice finish, Margaret.
This is not an easy hole to get a par on. This is... I think I took a 5 on this.
Yeah, you could get a rollaway.
Yeah, if you get a
yourself
rollaway
in some
down that
trouble.
hill, it becomes like, starts to get really brutal.
There it is, 3 pars and a bogey. Hoping they all fare well during the Worlds. This is basket 8. It's a par 3, 501 feet. Sarah Cunningham. Wind knocks that one down.
Yeah, it's not bad, though. That might be where she's planning on going to.
Katrina Allen.
Last year's world champion. Now, Katrina's not trying to land the landing design.
Hyzered away. Malin Sturck on the tee.
The play here is to either lay it there to throw an anhyzer or to do what Katrina did and try to hyzer around. Whether or not she made the gap is, a different story.
Lori Merriman, the president of the Flying Disc Golf Society here in Pittsburgh. Forehand through the gap. That's some
Nice
good
shot.
carry.
Yep.
Malin's got to turn it over. Caught a tree in the center.
Katrina didn't quite get around where she wanted.
Roll away. Tough line there, Jimmy, just a little too high. Chance for a birdie here by last year's world champion. Just tailed away. Front of the basket. Three pars and a bogey. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to see the Men's Open, see how they're faring here during the first round. Please stay with us.
Hi, I'm Val Jenkins, and you're watching Disc Golf Monthly, the show that brings you one step closer to the exciting sport of disc golf.
Welcome back, everybody, to Disc Golf Monthly's coverage of the 2015 PDGA Pro Worlds Day 1. We're now with the Men's Open players. And we're going to start here at basket 1, par 3, 372 feet. Three-time world champion, 3-time in a row, Paul McBeth. Right now, the best player in the world. Effortless.
Andrew Fish.
Andrew's got to be excited playing with the big gun. And our local favorite, Devin Frederick from Pennsylvania. We see him on Disc Golf Monthly frequently. Chris Becker. Digs in a little bit low, but straight away.
Nice recovery.
Right there. Devin going right at it. On his way to try to be the 4-time world champion, Paul McBeth.
Easily the best game time putter around.
Oh, that was almost in, just belly flopped off the front rim. Well, there we go. We see our group with a birdie by Paul Macbeth. This is basket 4. It's a par 4, 468 feet. Don Smith on the tee.
Another team legacy.
He laced that one right down the middle.
So the men are going to be playing different tee pads here than the women were.
James Proctor. Just caught that early tree. Ricky Wasaki. I think that one got away from him a little bit, Jimmy. Cam Todd, a world champion and also a great disc golf artist. Check out his website. He's got all kinds of cool disc golf art. Ricky loves that forehand, Jimmy.
Hey, Ricky's got a new sponsor this year. He's on Team Latitude 64 this year. That was a huge drive by Dunn.
See if he can lace it all the way down. Good run there. Oh, just hyzered away to the left. Got away from him. Tough off the top rim. We hate those putts, don't we, Jimmy? We hate those kind of putts.
I think everyone hates that putt.
Birdie by Don and pars for the rest of the group. Enjoy the Worlds, gentlemen. Moving on to basket 9. It's a par 3, 414 feet. Chris Vila. Nate Cron. We see Nate on Disc Golf Monthly all the time. Nate tried for the roller, got caught up in a tree. David Feldberg, world famous.
My new buddy. Dave's come Delaware for a couple of tournaments now.
Gets the sky roller down, turns over a little early. Oh, that's beautiful. David Wiggins, the world distance record holder.
I think he's going to like that.
Chris, get the skip. He does. Dave off to the right in the vegetation. Jump putt. Gets it right up there. Chains and misses right. There you go, Chris. Dave with that world famous ESPN SportsCenter ace that certainly gives exposure to the game. We've got 3 pars and a bogey there. Hope you all fare well, gentlemen. This is basket 8. It's a par 4, 582 feet. Kyle Ekman. Patrick Blazek on the tee. Martin Hendel. And Nico LaCastro, one of the big names in sport of disc golf. My buddy Gizmo's on his bag.
Nico does have his own flair, that's for sure. You can be guaranteed if Nico's playing, you're going to get a good show.
Not so much a John McEnroe, but he's really intense. He's into it.
I enjoy Nico. I enjoy playing with it. I've talked to him a few times.
He loves the sport. There's no doubt about it. Early tree. See if Nico can get out of the woods here.
Stay up.
Nicely done. Tough break off the rim on that straddle jump putt. That's a lot of stuff happening for me. And a roll away.
Wow.
And then hits the top above the chains.
I'll tell you, Moraine's meant to be played in pieces, and you'll notice that when you try to cheat what was meant to be played, you're going to suffer
gentlemen.
for it.
2 pars, a bogey, and a double bogey. All right, Jimmy, we're moving on to basket 11. It's a par 3, 381 feet. Avery Jenkins, another big name in the sport. We saw his sister earlier. Avery's all around the world promoting the sport.
So more stable.
Nate Doss, world champion, married to Valerie Jenkins.
It is strange we're playing together the first day, huh?
Matt Oram. Matt with the roller. Pops a wheelie off the base of that tree and kicks left. Jerome Braun on the tee.
This is a nasty elevated basket. I mean, that's why you're seeing the rollers and everything else.
Trying to cover some real estate. Matt with a laser shot down low. Gets the skip up.
Wow.
Beautiful execution there, Jimmy. You can find a lot of online resources from Avery Jenkins, a lot of disc golf tips and stuff to help your game. Little jump putt. Three pars and a bogey. Farewell, gentlemen. This is basket 2, a par 4, 453 feet.
Another hole with serious elevation.
Cameron Lincoln on the tee. Yep, they've got to get up. Ziggy Berkoven. Ziggy right down the middle. Zachariah Johnson on the tee pad. Well, he almost fell off that front edge, almost got a little too close to it, but it didn't affect him. Steve Brinster from New York. We know Stevie, he's a local legend and US DGC champion. Jimmy, what's the chances of having a foursome with two guys starting with the letter Z for their front name? Not big, folks. Steve's got that steely-eyed focus. Ziggy drains it, center change, drops to the left side and in. Oh, Zach right off the front rim.
Almost OB.
Makes the comeback. Steve finishes up for the group. Birdie and 3 pars. Good luck, gentlemen. This is basket 3, a par 3, 288 feet. Will Schustrick, one of the top players.
Mr. Smooth.
A little tag on the tree there, but no problem. Long putt. All right, not too bad there. Charlie Goodpasture on the tee pad. Cyrus Furman with his shot. He knew early that he let that go off to the left. Charlie from in the rough. Beautiful putt. Cyrus puts it in. All right, Manabu Kajiyama to finish up. 3 pars and a birdie. Folks, that's going to be it for this coverage, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Hi, welcome to Climo's Corner. I'm Ken Climo, 11-time world champion. We're here to talk about putting and the physics that go along with it, for my style at least. There's many different variations out there, but this is the one I choose to use. I like to go with what they call as a weight shift transfer and very little spin on your putt. Obviously you're going to have some spin when you're putting, but you don't want to have an excess of spin. Kind of like when you throw a long shot and it's got a lot of spin and speed, it wants to kick out. So the less spin and speed you have on your putts, the more often they're going to stay in if you hit the chains. And one way I achieve that is, instead of pulling it into your body and really spinning it out, it creates a lot of spin and a lot of wrist motion. So there's a lot of variables there. So what I try and do is I try and get my hand low, like you're pitching something underhand. It's just a really straight motion. It's hard to get offline with that. So I get rocking, get my weight transfer, drop down, get set, and then explode out where I'm up on the front of my toe and my back leg's up. And that's that way I can get all my weight into it without falling forward.
Well, Jimmy, we got to see a great primer here at the Worlds. This is day one coverage. We got to see a little bit of everything. And down the road, we're going to have some pretty exciting coverage of divisions and carry them all the way through the round.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at some course records being set out here in the next few months. A lot of the first day is you don't want to lose tournaments. So you're going to see some, a few people a bit more safe. As the tournament goes on, you're going to see, guys from behind trying a little bit more. You've got names that know how to pull away when they need to, step on the gas. So we're going to be looking for that to happen. Just a little teaser. Like I said, there's some course records. There's some drama in some of the other divisions coming down. So yeah, it was a good week, and I would say you're right. I think Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania as a whole did themselves proud this week.
Absolutely. And like I said, this is just a tease of things to come. We've got a lot of months coverage to come up to show you this great World Championship. And once again, our cameraman producer, phenomenal effort for a one cameraman operation, and he just gets some great shots, and the video quality is second to none in the disc golf world.
Absolutely.
All right, folks, we hope you enjoyed this month's coverage of Disc Golf Monthly. I'm Carl Covage with the legend in Delaware, Jimmy McIlvaine, for Disc Golf Monthly, the show that takes you one step closer to the sport of disc golf.